world is great until you haven't seen it. Living inside this or that civilization, enjoying its pleasures, and very often killing this strange feeling of dissatisfaction inside myself, I think that the problem is in me, that the feeling is not justified. I have everything, or maybe I have little, but very dear values. Then what's my problem? The greatness? Yes, the greatness of this world. Running civilization hasn't killed the call of wild nature yet. I love the nature. I love it as I'm also part of it. I breathe freely when I travel and get to know the world outside my home, my city. It step by step becomes smaller and becomes mine. Nothing can be compared with the first journey. The impression greatly depends on the organizers. This journey is Aspar Wild Tours, so let's follow them. For every traveler, the most important map is the one which will lead him. This time we have chosen Hadrut region in Artsakh, historical Dizak. History has left rich tracks here. A lot is worth seeing. But travelers are seen seldom here due to impossible roads leading to historical places. Aspar Wild Tour, which aims to acquaint you with those places in our motherland which you haven't seen yet, has special Land Rovers equipped with everything needed for such journeys. So let's wish a good journey to each other and with a feeling of safety and security. Be sure we'll get back with new impressions and we will look at the world differently. Every part of our little land is original, different. You don't have time to get tired of one view. Other ones open before you, familiar or not. Vaik, Goris, Artsakh. We're already here. The waterland appearing unexpectedly in Tor village ravine is the start point of Aspar Wild Tour. This miracle, which is called New Life, seems to be just the place where the traveler can forget his tiredness and throw himself into the water. The waterland reminds you of traditional ways of a holiday, but we have a lot to see during the intervals. And the next one is Gash Tea Room in Metz Tarej. You will not lose a lot if you don't enjoy the tea, made of local herbs and the homemade halva. But the experienced travelers do advise you this. We will have a lot of occasions to enjoy the exotic dishes of the place. Honey and a milk cream for breakfast, bean with blackberry and river fish made with plum for dinner. All this is full of harmony with the place. For you to feel the whole beauty of the place, the representatives of Aspar Wild Tour will start the journey from Dizapait Peak. You can enjoy the fascinating view from here, from Iranian mountains up to Caucasus Heights. Qatarovank is situated in Dizapait Peak and has the highest position among Artsakh monuments. It was rebuilt in the 17th century and is situated on 2,150 meters above sea level. Seeing all these preserved values with your own eyes, you somehow lose the sense of time, and without book quotations, you understand how old our history is and how pious our nation is. From early Middle centuries, Gokçavank has been known as a bishop residence. The old church complex was destroyed during Arabian raids. The domed church, which is standing now, was built in 1248. The evidence of this is the inscription on the northern wall of the church. This place is so saint that you will feel it with every part of your body. We reach Metz Tarej and two areas in Ishkhanaget and pass over Halevori Bridge. From a half-preserved inscription here, the expression "I ask God's mercy" is worth attention. While finding out for what it was said, we also want to ask God's mercy for the builders of the bridge. Swimming children's merry cries interrupt our thoughts. This is Abundsgyol surrounded with high rocks and dense forests. Children run away at once. far from strangers' eyes. They were swimming bare or with underwear. This is just a paradise. Tired of endless city noise and the silence following it, the sweet voice of water seems to be a remedy for us. You don't see the world here, you hear it. This is a relaxing end for the full day. Night calm mute frames, if they exist. This is Artsakh, which we hadn't seen yet. We are out of breath either from pride or from the fascinating scenery. Yes, this land has a power. The next day promises to be more exciting, as we already know what to expect. On the right bank of Ishkhanaget, Karabakh rises in front of us. It is situated on a peak which has a strategic importance during Artsakh battle. During the battle, Karabakh has twice been occupied by the enemy. Due to our warriors' heroic efforts, Karabakh was fully liberated on January 28, 1993. Going in through the entry decorated with smart sculptures, you make a decision to visit here every year and pray. Full of impressions, we leave Hadrut and get to Shushi. This city seems to have a soul and attracts the visitor again and again. Changes are not often here, and it is one of Shushi's charms. Ghazanchesot's church is the evidence of its revival. The representatives of Aspar Wild Tour tell you, but you cannot believe that this wonderful building has once been an arms storehouse for Azeris and has revived from ashes. From Shushi we're going to Gandzasar. Note that not in Stepanakert, Askeran, Martaket direction, but in Berdzor, Karvajar, a very beautiful road where the forest and alpine zones follow each other. We reach village Vang. Gandzasar is a church complex and is near the village Vang, on the left bank of the river Khachen. St. Hovhannes Mkrtich Temple of Gandzasar was built from 1216 till 1238 by Count Hassan Jalal. The church complex has also been Khachen Count's family grave. For centuries, this complex has been a center of the most important religious and liberal movements in eastern Armenia, and the pilgrims go up the hill on foot and pray in front of the wall sculptures taken from Bible and of Count family members. We also pray for the souls of those heroes who liberated these sanctuaries, and not only. Every part of our homeland is saint. I understood this during this journey. After spending a night in one of the hotels in Vang village ravine, we headed to church Dadi Vang. Mkhitar Ghosh's Dadastanagirk has played a very important role in the development of Armenian medieval civilization. This is the first Armenian law book, which was written by Mkhitar Ghosh in the 12th century. In Artsakh, ancient church complex Dadi Vang. The legend has it that it was built in the 1st century on the green slopes of mountain Mrav, on the left bank of river Tartar. This was to be the end of our journey, but as usual, Aspar Wild Tour surprised us, and we left for Yerevan not in the traditional direction, but in Karabakh mountain zone, one full of adventures. On our way, we visited small Jermajur, a place famous for its warm spring waters, in New Shahumian district. Then Big Jermajur in the next ravine. According to the natives, these waters have healing power and effect just on the ill part of the body. Believing them, we tried to swim there as the water was too hot. The road was very wonderful, as sometimes when the forest zones were behind. We were 2,600 meters above sea level, and the cold air full of oxygen made us feel giddiness. We could see the flying eagles from above, and it's not an exaggeration. These were unbelievable feelings. We were silent on our way home. What we heard and saw cannot be forgotten, and everything which we have heard and read about our homeland and history will get a new meaning and value in our hearts. As every love towards the homeland starts when you get to know it, and the world became noticeably smaller after this journey.